You know, every offseason there's always that one big-name player who keeps getting linked to the Rams over and over again, and every time you hear it, you start wondering, could this actually happen? As fans, it's easy to get caught up in the excitement. We all want to believe there's one more move out there that could push this team even closer to competing for another Super Bowl. But sometimes, the biggest names aren't always the smartest moves. And honestly, what just came out over the last few hours might completely change the way Rams fans look at one of the most talked about free agents still available. This latest update could explain why the Rams have stayed quiet for so long, and why Les Snead may already have his answer without saying a single word. Trust me, if this report is accurate, it changes the entire conversation. Before we dive into it, if you enjoy talking Rams football every single day, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Rams House Daily. I'm Jake, and this channel is still just getting started. Our first goal is to reach first 100 subscribers. So if you're a real Rams fan who believes this team has another Super Bowl run in it, join us and become part of this community from the very beginning. For months now, one name has continued to pop up whenever people talk about the Rams adding another offensive weapon: Tyreek Hill. Whether it was analysts, fans, or people just throwing ideas around on social media, Hill has consistently been mentioned as a possible fit for Sean McVay's offense. On paper, it's easy to understand why. Even at this stage of his career, few players can match the kind of speed and game-breaking ability that Tyreek Hill brings when he's healthy. But here's the problem. The key phrase is, when he's healthy. According to NFL insider Adam Schefter, Hill recently admitted that he's still dealing with lingering symptoms from the injury he suffered back in Week 4 of the 2025 season. And honestly, that's a pretty significant development. Training camp is about to begin. Every practice matters. Every rep matters. The Rams are trying to build chemistry, evaluate young players, and prepare for a season where expectations are incredibly high. This isn't the time to gamble on a player who may not even be ready to participate at full speed. That's probably the biggest takeaway from this entire story. It's not about questioning Tyreek Hill's talent. Nobody is doing that. When healthy, Hill has proven he's one of the most explosive receivers the NFL has ever seen. His incredible 2023 season reminded everyone exactly what kind of difference maker he can be. But since then, injuries have become a recurring issue, and that's where things start to get complicated for the Rams. General Manager Les Snead has always been aggressive when the situation makes sense. If there's an opportunity to improve the roster without sacrificing the team's long-term vision, he's usually willing to make the move. But this offseason feels different. The Rams have several important contract extensions coming up after the season. Financial flexibility matters more than ever. Even if they were interested in adding a veteran receiver, it's hard to imagine them committing significant money beyond a one-year deal. And if you're only looking for a short-term addition, that player has to be available immediately. He has to contribute right away. He has to stay on the field. Based on Hill's own comments, there's now legitimate uncertainty about whether he can do exactly that. From the Rams' perspective, that's a risk that may simply not be worth taking. What's also interesting is that the team's actions throughout the offseason already hinted at this direction. Many analysts believe the Rams would prioritize drafting another wide receiver early. Instead, they waited and eventually traded up in the 6th round to select C.J. Daniels. They also added former Ohio State tight end Max Clare, giving the offense to young pass catchers that the coaching staff clearly believes have upside. Maybe fans weren't blown away by those selections, maybe draft analysts weren't either. But the people inside the Rams organization obviously saw something they liked. Sean McVay's staff and the personnel department spent months evaluating these players. They chose them for a reason. If your goal is developing young offensive weapons while surrounding them with experienced veterans already on the roster, bringing in another high-profile receiver could actually slow that process down. Every target matters. Every practice rep matters. Every opportunity for a rookie to grow matters. Adding a veteran simply because of his name doesn't automatically make your offense better. In fact, sometimes it creates more questions than answers. Would Hill demand a significant role? Would he be healthy enough to earn it? Would his presence take valuable development away from younger players the Rams are trying to build around? Those are real questions, and after this latest injury update, they're even harder to ignore. The reality is that Los Angeles may simply be finished shopping for wide receivers, not because they couldn't use another weapon, but because they already believe they have the pieces they need. Between their veteran receivers, the young additions from the draft, and the continued development of players already inside the building, the Rams seem much more focused on growing what they have rather than chasing another headline move. And honestly, that approach makes a lot of sense. Championship teams aren't built by collecting famous names. They're built by finding players who fit the system, stay healthy, and continue improving together. Right now, Tyreek Hill simply doesn't check enough of those boxes for Los Angeles. At the end of the day, this latest report probably closes the door on one of the biggest offseason rumors surrounding the Rams. Tyreek Hill remains an incredible player when he's healthy, and nobody should forget everything he's accomplished during his career. But timing matters, health matters, roster construction matters. And for a team with legitimate Super Bowl aspirations, making emotional decisions can sometimes do more harm than good. Les Snead has earned plenty of trust over the years, and if the Rams decide to stay away from this situation, there's a good chance it's because they believe the current roster gives them the best opportunity to compete. As fans, we all love blockbuster moves, but sometimes the smartest move is the one you never make. We'll find out soon enough whether the Rams stand pat heading into training camp. But after today's news, it certainly feels like Tyreek Hill is no longer part of that conversation. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think the Rams should completely move on from the idea of signing Tyreek Hill, or would you still take a chance on him despite the injury concerns? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I know Rams fans are going to have some strong opinions on this one. And if you enjoyed today's update, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Rams House Daily. We're still a brand new channel, and our first goal is first 100 subscribers. So if you truly believe this Rams team has what it takes to make another Super Bowl run, join the community and let's experience this season together from day one.